are here for the first time, and I want to thank my two nieces, and my nephew that came to hear my testimony today. I'm very grateful for that.
You got three nieces, Mom. You have three nieces. Look.
I'm sorry, three? Oh, I'm sorry, I missed one. Three of three of my nieces that are here, like Ayana said, their mother and I used to come to this church many years ago. And so anyway, like my daughter said, I have been going through a lot of sickness in my life, and many times I didn't think I was going to make it, but thanks to all the prayers of Bethesda and Brother JB, and of course the Lord above all everything, has bring me back again, and that's why I'm here today. I want to start, first of all, to say thanking the Lord in all things. In April the 1st, I had the worst fall that I ever had in my life. I fell and hit my face, and I hit the patio door and the silver part that goes on the bottom. So I had a little gash on my forehead, and I didn't know a little gash like that was going to bleed so bad. But anyway, I had a little bit of I hit my the forehead, and of course I had a little bleeding on my brain, but it wasn't that bad. It was little, but anyway, they took me to the hospital, and they just wanted to make sure that I was okay after the fall, because this was, like I said, it was the worst fall that I have in my life. And anyway, they took me to the hospital. I was there for 8 days, and I got back home, and I think I stayed about 10 days, and then I started getting pneumonia. They sent me back to the hospital. I was there like 8 days. They sent me back home. In 2 weeks, I think I was back in the hospital again with different kind of pneumonia. So all in all, I just didn't realize that there were so many kinds of pneumonia. So anyway, I was in rehab for about 8 days again. So like it was in August, and I think it was in May and June. August, was it August? And August, no, I forgot the month that I was, May, and it was in May that I was in the hospital again. It was in April when I first fell, and then I was in the hospital in May, and then I was there for another 8 days with pneumonia again. So they sent me to rehab, and I finally came home, and like I said, it was just kind of hard for me to recover after this last sickness that I had, because I guess on account of my age. But anyway, I came home, and all of my family I was gonna be 90 in June, and all of my family had already made up their minds that they were gonna come and celebrate my birthday. I have 3 of my children that live out of town, so everybody was gonna be coming to celebrate my birthday, and for some reason or another, it seemed like I was doing okay one day, and the next days I was not feeling well again. So it was like a roller coaster up and down, and June was coming around already, and so anyway, I kept praying to the Lord. Said, Lord, I have all my family coming, and I still don't feel that good. And anyway, I have been praying all this time, and so anyway, some of my daughters came to take care of me, and so after a while, I began to feel like it was just so much burden on my kids to be here, and I just wanted to get well right away, because I just never wanted to be a burden to my kids. I've always been one that have taken care of myself, and always been able to get going and get my car and get going everywhere. And of course, the time that I began to get sick, the enemy began to come to attack me, and seemed like I was having sleepless nights. I just had a hard time going to sleep, and you know, when the enemy knows where is your where he can attack you. Well, he tried to attack me many times, and I had a battle with the enemy, and I had to be quoting all the scriptures, because he told me you're never going to get well. And look, you being such a burden to your family. You're never going to get well. And anyway, I had a big battle up, and I just kept quoting all the scriptures that I could remember, and so finally I began to feel better, and my daughters had to go back home, so they feel like I needed a providers, and so they make arrangements for the providers to come and take care of me, and they came. Some of them were very, very good at doing their work, and some of them were. And then we had a young lady that came, and I don't know, somehow or another, she just seemed like she just was not happy coming there or something, because she kept telling me, I kept telling her, well, you need to do this, and you need to take care of it, you need to clean my bathroom and clean my room, and oh, I will, but I have to do this first. I was waiting for you to come, and I was waiting for you to be over here. Anyway, she made all the kind of excuses, and I said to the Lord, oh Lord, I think I need to pray for this young lady, because she seems like she doesn't like it. And I kept praying all the time, and then all the time that I had the provider, seemed like they were always sending me different ones, different ladies, and I appreciate it all the time, but this girl just didn't want to do the job, you know. So anyway, I think seemed like the Lord was sending her anyway to my house, and she came 2 days, and the second day that she came, she began to ask us what church do we belong to, and of course, Yolanda was there, and we testified to her about the church and everything, how the Lord has helped me, and we gave our testimony to her. So she listened very quiet, but never said anything. And she was going to come the third day, and all of a sudden the Lord began to reveal to me, don't let her come back to your house. And I kept saying, he said, because she goes to soothsayers, and I guess she must believe in the witchcraft or things, and so he began to talk to me very strongly. I never heard the Lord talk to me that strongly in my life. So anyway, I told Bonnie, my daughter, she's here, and I said, oh, the Lord's telling me not to let this girl come back in the house tomorrow. And then Bonnie got busy and started calling all the office numbers, and the numbers where we were supposed to get a hold of people for the providers, and she couldn't get a hold of anybody. So anyway, she left a message, and we kept thinking, what are we going to do? We can't tell her not the company not to send her, but we were afraid that they will not be sending me anybody else. So anyway, we started praying that night, and I said, Lord, I don't want her to lose her job. Let her find some other job so she won't come here tomorrow. Well, we kept thinking, what are we going to do if she shows up? So my daughters and I got in prayer that night and said, Lord, I just hope that she finds another job so she won't lose her day paid today, because I understand if they don't show up, they don't get paid. And so we began praying that night, and so the next day she's supposed to come in at 9 o'clock, I think, and it was 9 o'clock. I said, what are we going to do? Because we didn't get an answer from the company. And what are we going to do? Well, it was she didn't show up that day. It was 11 o'clock, and she said that she couldn't come that morning because she had an emergency. So I just thank the Lord for taking care of that situation, because I think she was not happy being there, and I just thank the Lord for answering our prayer, because she called us to say that she had an emergency that morning and she couldn't make it. So I thank the Lord for that. And so